Hello everyone! Now we all know that cozy games are the games to sit down. You can just relax with no need to worry. A lot of cozy games include farming, organizing, and low stake tasks, but what if you want a little bit more than that? Now, I'm not talking about action games, very fast-paced, challenging, a shooter RPG. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about games that have a cozy yet creepy feel to them that blends in with that relaxation but with that spookiness and that eerie vibe. Now, some of these games that I'm going to talk about I have played and some of them I haven't. I just did some research with them because I do eventually want to end up playing these games someday. I will say, if you are liking one of these games, do more research on it before buying it, because I don't want you to see if you really like it but then you end up not liking it and wasting money. So definitely do your own research on it, do some more reading, watching a gameplay with it. But without further ado, let's get into the games. Now, the first game is Graveyard Keeper. They are coming out with a Graveyard Keeper 2 later this year in 2026. So if you have not played Graveyard Keeper 1, now is your chance to play it before the second game comes out. Graveyard Keeper is a medieval fantasy farming sim, but you're actually building and running a cemetery. You are unraveling mysteries and trying to open portals by helping the locals complete quests. It's a dark comedic management simulator, and a lot of people compare this to Stardew Valley. So if you're someone who wants to play Stardew Valley the first time again, give Graveyard Keeper a chance, because it's kind of like that. I'm pretty sure I read it was inspired by Stardew Valley, so it is definitely just a dark Stardew game. The second game on this list is the Cube Escape series. It is a point-and-click puzzle adventure game. You're trapped in rooms and we have to solve how to leave using creative thinking. So it kind of reminds me of a lot like a escape room. It can be a little bit difficult at times. It's a brain-on game, but once you figure out how to progress, it's very satisfying. The atmosphere in this series is supernatural, unsettling, a little bit of the uncanny vibes. The story and eerie lore is truly amazing. The Cube Escape collection contains 9 chapters, so if you love one, you can keep playing it. Number 3 is Little Nightmares. Now, this is the game that got me into the cozy yet creepy style games. It's a puzzle platform adventure game. You play as a tiny child going through a nightmarish world where the monsters are double your size. The jump scares are perfect, and the story, oh my gosh. At first you're playing and you just kind of figure out how to play, what to do, how to even complete this level. But once you get further into the game, oh my gosh, the lore in this game, it's so good. It is so good. You really need to play this one for yourself. If you never play this game and you see it all the time everywhere, there is a reason for it. There's a reason. It's one of my favorite games, and the third one just came out recently. So this one is definitely a must play for me personally if you're kind of getting into these cozy yet creepy games. Try playing Little Nightmares 1 and 2, and then the third one is online multiplayer world. I have not played that one yet, but I really want to, because I loved the first and the second game of Little Nightmares. Game number 4 is Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb is a roguelite dungeon game mixed with the cozy village feel. You can perform rituals, marry or sacrifice cult members, and recruit new cultists when defeating or rescuing the creature. This one uses more of a fast action-packed combat style, but then you can also have a base management, slower paced area back at your base where you can cook, build, and be a leader in your community of your loyal following. It's a dark comedic game that combines the two, so if you want a fast paced and slower game, you might like this one. Game number 5 is Cozy Grove. Now, if you're a big fan of Animal Crossing, give this one a try. because it simulates the real life time just like AC does. This one definitely is more of a relaxing game than the other ones on this list, but it still has that spooky vibe to it. You're on a haunted island where you play as a spirit scout camping on this ever-changing island. It's a balance of eerie visuals and spooky ghost stories with the perfect autumn vibe. This one would go perfect playing in the fall, but this game gives new quests every day, so it's a good year-round game if you want to hop on for like 30 minutes to an hour every day with just like a low stress, like spooky vibe of a game that is still cozy. Number 6 is Pumpkin Panic. Now, this one may seem very cozy, but it's definitely creepy. It starts very cozy at first, but once it hits nights, it's like boom, it quickly turns so eerie. When I played this, I was scared. I was like leaning back away from the screen and I was just like, I don't want to look. I was looking at chat for some like comfort and help because this monster that lurks at night and just constantly haunting you called the Crawler. This one is definitely a cozy yet creepy game because once you do start playing, you kind of get like the gist of it. Then it kind of becomes kind of cozier because then you kind of know about it. But there is like that twist that there is no predictable pattern and it can easily scare you. But once you start playing, you don't want to put it down because you are then determined to escape. Yes, I did say escape. And to do that, you have to tend to a farm and fish to earn cash to upgrade items and farmland. And once you have done that and gained enough money to buy boat gears, you can escape by the boat. Game number 7 is Fear of the Spotlight. I loved this game. I loved it so much because it really reminded me of like the early PlayStation days, like of like the PlayStation 1 or PS2. I grew up on PS2, so it kind of really gave me that like comforting, nostalgic vibes to it. It follows Vivian and Amy who snuck into school after hours so they can perform a seance. But when it goes horribly wrong, you have to figure out what happened to Amy while uncovering the mystery of the school and sneaking around to avoid the monster. It's a third-person horror adventure. The boss fight was my favorite part of the game, and this one is more of like a psychological and atmosphere tension with no jump scares. But I would say the monster kind of like lurking around kind of did scare me a little bit, like jump scare me because it was kind of chasing you. But overall, it wasn't too scary. Game number 8 is Limbo. Limbo is an old one, but a good one. This one, I would compare it to Little Nightmares. It's a puzzle platform game. Limbo, however, is monochromatic. It really gives off that creepy feeling. You're navigating the world trying to avoid the spiders, bear traps, and brain slugs. I love it because the puzzles are easy and progressively gets harder, but it really relies on the trial and death approach. So I'm saying that you will probably die and fail, but that's okay. It restarts you back on that one certain puzzle you're doing. It doesn't bring you back to the whole game. It doesn't bring you back to like 5 different puzzles. It just brings you back to that one that you specifically failed. And then once you do like complete that one, it is so satisfying, but it does get harder along the way. But if you do die, you can just repeat that puzzle until you do get it. So it's very nice because every puzzle is like a checkpoint. This game is also known for like the open-end narrative of it. There's so many theories around this game, so you can formulate your own and you can talk to other people who have played this game to see their theories. I did play this one with my friend, so like we kind of had like 2 different theories going on, but then like once one person said it, we're like, oh yeah, that definitely can be it. So I really like this one. It's definitely a very cozy yet eerie, creepy game. Number 9 is Dredge. Dredge is a fishing game where you play as a fisherman exploring the sea. It has a dark twist where the fish start to get creepy, there are sea monsters, ghost ships, and you'll start hallucinating. If you stay out after dark, your sanity will lower and your panic starts to rise. Now, I like this one because it doesn't follow the rule of combat. It's a lot about speed, actually. So if you want to give yourself a challenge of utilizing the light and going back to safety of your dock before it's too late, try this one out. Or if you don't per se like a lot of combat, this one might be for you. Number 10 is Grimshire. The last game I'm going to talk about is Grimshire before I get into an honorable mention game that I think has that cozy yet creepy vibe to it, but it does not belong on this list, but I really do want to talk about it. But anyways, Grimshire, in this game, you play as like cute animals. You run and manage your farm, but a deadly plague is looming into the village. So you're trying to keep the village root cellar stocked, and if you don't, some of the villagers may die. You can restore a farmhouse, explore the mines, and build relationships within the village. This game, a lot of people compare it to Stardew, but I feel like a lot of like the farming games are compared to Stardew. But then I also saw that this one is compared to like Zootopia, but dark. So a darker version of Zootopia. I'm like, okay, this one kind of got me intrigued about it. But this one focuses on a dark survival twist. Can you help the community together and survive? Dun dun dun. And last but not least, the honorable mention. This game is in the honorable mention. Like I said before, I don't think this game fits into this list at all, but I really like it and I really want to talk about it. And so the last one is Observation Duty. And I know, it is definitely a scary game, but if you do play like the right music in it, it definitely kind of can get that cozy feeling of it. It is a spot the difference memory game, more so like a psychological horror game, but I still really enjoy the game. You are looking at cameras at various locations looking for anomalies. Whatever you think is different, like furniture movement or disappearance, you file a report, and the goal is to survive the night without too many anomalies going unreported. This game is not a combat running away from the monsters type of game, but more of like a paranoia where monsters can jump scare you at any moment later in the game, and you have to quickly report the intruder, otherwise you have to restart the level. There are 8 of these games, and I think it progressively gets better throughout each game because it brings out like more color, brings out a different strategy and how to play the game, and overall I just think the visuals of it is more of like a cozy aspect vibe. For Observation Duty, these were all of my recommendations of cozy yet creepy games. Thank you so much for listening to me yap about all of these ones. I hope I inspired you to look at one or get one or check out one of these games. And if you did, let me know in the comments what one that you are more intrigued with, or if you have already played one of these games, let me know how you liked it in the comments. I would love to see your opinions on any of these games. But remember, this is just my list of what I accumulated. These are some of the games that I played and some of the games that I really want to play or I thought have like an interest in it. So this is just my whole list. It's not in any type of order at all, but definitely check the games out before buying them. Definitely look into the trigger warnings of it. Definitely look more at the videos, read about it before you buy anything, because I really just don't want you to spend money that you don't end up liking. And this one does have a more of a darker twist to it, so definitely check trigger warnings. A lot of these games are based on like a darker theme, and I would love to hear like more of like what you also think is like a cozy yet creepy game. Anyways, this was a lot of fun to do and research, and just firmly a little list of like the games that I like and want to check out. So I really hope that you have a great rest of your day, evening, night, or wherever you are. Hopefully see you in the next video. Bye everybody!